Alright everyone, sorry I've not done a video in a while. Hopefully the audio for this one's okay. Let's do some tips and tricks, episode 4. Now, I messed up with the last video. I called it episode 4 because episode 3 that I originally recorded got screwed up. Again, bad audio and some other issues. Then I edited it to be number 3, but this is going to be number 4, officially. We did lose one, sadly. Is it dark here? I'm laying in bed, sorry. Hey Google, turn on bedroom light.
Okay,
Anyway, there we go.
light on.
So, I'm at a weird angle this time. Let's go over a couple things, though. Alright, so this guy right here, you could tell my levels, I got 7, 5, 7, 7, 7, 7. Where he had, and I just got to 7 over the last 2 days when I've not been video recording. But 7's my highest level. He's got 8, 8, 9, 8, 8, 9. So he's got me on 2 levels with at least 2 of his guys, and 1 level with the rest from my maximum. You know, I've got one as low as 5. You know, so in some cases he's got like 3 or 4 levels on me, depending on the situation. Anyway, let's go and watch this. I believe, if I recall, that this guy made the mistake of being impatient. So you need to make sure you build the right counters. This is one of those, I mentioned this in the last video, be patient, wait to see what he has, and react to build the proper units. He could have easily beaten me. He has no reason to have lost this, because he had so many levels on me. But he kept building units as soon as he could. Even when he didn't have the money to get the ones he needed, instead of being impatient, he was impatient. And I was building counters, and he kept building the wrong units. But, you know, we both did pretty much the same thing, but when my attack bikes ran into his, I realized, oh crap, mine are lower level, I gotta get the hell out of there. So that was the first time I'd seen his units. I pulled back hoping he would attack my harvester, and I could maybe kill his guys, and also to get my scorpion tank out, which, you know, he did do a little damage to my harvester, he killed my attack bikes, my scorpion takes the jump, and then he's attacking me with more attack bikes. I'm like, what the hell? And I'd pump out another scorpion as a counter. Just constant attack bikes. Now here he does good. He switches over to rocket squads to counter my scorpions. And I was trying to, you know, see what he had going on. Maybe head toward his harvester. And this is when I'm like, oh crap, maybe I should pull back a little. Let me speed this up a little. And then he goes back to the attack bikes. Now I start doing venoms, and I believe even a Tiberium trooper counts to counter his rocket troops, and more scorpions to counter his attack bikes. And I'm trying to defend my harvester, play very defensively here. I see that he's got, you know, more rocket guys trying to go around him. Then there's the Tiberian troopers. I knew I had him at some point. He got the first missile off, and I've got a really good early to medium game army with this, but his army's practically the same. He's got, I think, a little bit better late game. But he's not using it because he's spamming these same cheap units as soon as he has the money to afford it. Those attack bikes are 30 points apiece, and while it doesn't seem like much, he's not making enough to keep spamming the attack bikes if they keep dying as fast as they are. So that's why he's going to the rocket squads. You know, between the rocket squads and the attack bikes, he has just enough money to keep doing this. And actually, he almost gets me here because he manages, I believe, to get my harvester. But again, he just turned around, pumped out 3 groups of attack bikes, which just completely got decimated by my 2 scorpion tanks, even a 4th group. You know, and that's way more than the cost of that harvester. So now he's already screwed himself from that harvester. And he just keeps doing it. He just keeps going with the attack bikes. I mean, they can fight tanks to a point, but they're not going to fight scorpion tanks or predator tanks. Anyway. Let's move this over here for a sec. This guy, I'll go ahead and just tell you about this match. I actually lost this one. Much higher levels than me again. You know, 9s and 8s. He's got like 1-7 with artillery, but he never used that. Oh, and his cyborg, which he also never used, so he never used the 7s. But I had an early game army. I was doing really good at first here. And in the middle part of the game, it was a nice match going back and forth. But once he got to the late game and he had 2 harvesters and I didn't do enough harvester harassment, he got me. So if your opponent has double harvesters, you know, kill them. If you kill him once, that's helpful, but if you don't get a second harvester of your own, he's going to outdo you in money. And I don't need a second harvester with this army. I was hoping to spam him, and that was working medium game, but once he got out his little 8 guys that were good against infantry and air, which is all I had, yeah, I was in trouble at that point, and there's nothing I could do. Let's go into here. Okay, this guy is another guy who should have beat me. I'm beating a lot of high levels here. If you noticed, I'm fighting people all the time of higher level, and that's because of my skill. This game, if you're very good, it's going to feel unfair because it gives handicaps to the people who are not good over time. If you pour money into the game, you'll win a whole bunch, but then you're going to end up in those higher leagues where you'll be fighting people with units just as high as yours, so you just blew money for no reason, and you're fighting people with higher skill level. If you're very good at the game, you'll start fighting people with better units than yours, but you'll also see them have a less skill level. So it's actually very well balanced. It feels grindy, but it's not, because the whole time you're playing where you need to be. If you're stuck at a level, over time as your units level up, even if you don't get better, you will go on to the next level. So my suggestion is to be patient there. If you want to get a couple of wins and just level up to that very next level, okay, yeah, spend a little bit of money. But it's, in the long run, you're going to be right back where you started. There's no point. If nothing else, you'll just be more frustrated from the people with more skill, with weaker units beating you, while you're fighting mostly people with higher level units and handicap. So the people with less skill are beating you too. But the way that it works, even if you spend money, don't spend money, you'll start off with a bunch of wins at first. But you're going to get to that 50% win-loss ratio. It doesn't matter how good you are. You can be the best player in this game, and what's going to happen is you're going to fight people with units a level, 2 levels, and eventually 3 levels above you, and each level is like 4 upgrades. So, 3 levels above you could be potentially 12 upgrades ahead of your units. That's just ridiculous power, and, even with 2 counters, 2 riflemen versus a rocket squad, and his rocket squad wins, you're just going to be like, what? That's not how am I supposed to win that? It feels unfair, but you got there because of skill. Your chances of beating him are just as good as his chances of beating you. The only time that this is not true is when people spend money. They will win a couple of matches and then end up in a higher bracket. But just think of, if you see someone with higher level units than you, that means they either just spent money and they're going to end up much higher than you and you won't have to fight them anymore, or they're less skilled than you are. You are a better player because the game has given them a handicap. That handicap, for them to be at the same level as you, this person, honestly, is a much higher level than me. I don't think I should have been fighting this person. I'm a 1574, they're a 1663. Although I have been bouncing right around, 1550 to 1650. And my win-loss ratio is also right around 50%. Start off at 93, went down to 62, and then I started, I'm losing all the time to these people who are 2 levels above me, and I realized I still have over a 50% win ratio. No wonder they're 2 levels above me, and now I'm fighting people that are 2, sometimes 3 levels above me, and I think I'm just now starting to hit under or right at that 50% win ratio. For someone who wins most of his other games, it feels very frustrating to me. But if I've got to be honest, it is actually quite well balanced. But anyway, let's go ahead and watch this real quick. Like I said, the other guy, though, he had scorpions that were just as high level as mine. He didn't build them. If he was more patient, built the scorpions to fight my scorpions, he would have won hands down. Instead, he was impatient, built more attack bikes to try to fight scorpions, and kept losing tons of money and lost the game. Here, we both tried a different kind of rush. You see him rushing with a Predator. I'm rushing with attack bikes. I get the hell out of that, because I know my attack bikes are going to win against Predator. Pump out some rocket squads. Again, countering. I'm also thinking, if he pulls back and doesn't fight me, I want the territory. I'm going to take the territories. I'm going to push in to make sure he doesn't have a harvester. I think I'll take the top, the bottom right, and the bottom left with my attack bikes when it's closer time. But then I see his rifleman, I'm like, get out of there. Feel free to retreat. Build what you need for the situation. I'm just holding on to those attack bikes right now because, unless I use them with something to attack riflemen or with something to attack that Predator tank, I'm not going to do very good. But right here, I'm putting them up to deal with these riflemen with my rocket squads. Even though neither of those are good against infantry, I think that together they can handle it, hold the point. But he plays smart. He puts the defense down. And honestly, my guys are kind of screwed. He's got his Predator tank up there killing my attack bikes. I've got a rocket squad that can't really move up, but I'm trying to hold the point, which was pointless. But anyway, so down below, I just double teamed his infantry. I had my buggy attack the infantry first, so his infantry would attack my buggy. Then I brought in the rocket squads. So unless he manually tells his infantry attack those rocket squads, my rocket squads didn't take any damage from his riflemen. Now let's speed this up. Don't want to spend forever on this. But I got the wrong kind of guys up attacking the tanks, so I get them out of there, get the right ones in. And I've got infantry all over the place, but multiple types for vehicles, types for infantry, and you know, I'm just trying to push him while with everything. I took everything off of my points. A lot of people will just sit on the points. That missile had just reset. I didn't need my people on the points. I brought them all down, surrounded his harvester, his other units, harassed them all over. Now I've got people, you know, on his thing. I've got his harvester weak and APC that's weak, so you know they're not too much of a threat. And I've got 2 points, and fire the missile. Those are reinforcements. He probably could have taken them on, but he was too busy fighting in the bottom right corner for my initial assault. And I managed to place up my secondary line on both top and bottom. But yeah, again, this guy should have easily beat me, and I just demolished him because, honestly, I was just using the proper counters against him, and throwing everything that I had that I was holding back on from the first missile at him while I build up the next stuff. Because as my units die, I can build new ones, fresh ones, different types that he's not prepared for. So I wanted to get my units killed, even if they were completely unsuccessful. Use them to the best of their abilities, do as much as you can, but my goal is to get them killed. Anyway, let's go ahead and watch this one. This one here is actually the same guy. And again, higher level units, but he made a much different mistake in this game. He was winning at one point, but he forgot about my power. My leader power decimated him at the end, just wiped out everything he had, and there was no coming back. And you can't... Again, I started with rocket squads thinking you'd start with a tank, because I remembered him. And that's another thing, remember who you're fighting. You see, like to start with Predator tanks, I started with rocket squads. This time, you know, I've got my flamer. I thought he might have rocket squads guarding his harvester, so I sent my green guys, Tiberium troopers, to take that out. And then we've got a lot of tanks running around. I tried dropping a missile to damage the harvester and what was around it. Anyway, missile's about to go off, so I'm like trying to get all my guys on the points. I barely get in there, and then he shoots at me out. I'm like, damn it. So, again, his units are high at level. He had a Predator beat a Scorpion, and he had a bunch of stuff in the middle, and I had the top left, but 2-1. So here's where it is. Boom, right there. Okay, I need to go back. Alright, let's go back real quick, because I didn't show that real carefully. Speed up to right after the first missile fired. Alright, 4 for a sec. But yeah, again, it's just me trying to counter him properly. And he's actually being patient this time, but that's because he decided to build the War Factory and have multiple vehicles. And he's spending money on his power, so there's not actually a whole lot he could do, but he did well with it. Oh yeah, I had the first missile, that's right. That first missile can really quickly mean anything. And my power didn't do much on that one. Okay. So, I've got my units all over the place here. This isn't it yet. Here it comes. Okay, so these guys, the green guys I just spawned in, if they shoot, they create this green cloud, which in combination with my power can blow up for extra damage and damage everything around it. I think this is when I used it. No, that's not when I used it. Okay, my bad. Let's try this again. So he ends up clumping all of his people together. Yeah, it's the next one I pop out that I did it with. And that's what cost him the game, for getting Don't clump all your people up when your opponent has a power that can wipe out everything in an area. And while my power only works normally around Tiberium, I can create Tiberium with these guys. So here's exactly, and they don't take damage from Tiberium, so I can move them right into the cloud if I need to. So his infantry are taking damage. I got this real slow. Move my guys in there, cutting off his APC. Then I shoot the guy in the very middle and Tiberium missile. Before they've even shot, I Tiberium missile. Because if you do it too late, it will blow up and boom. 3 units just gone like that of his. And oh my god, even more than 3. God. Is there a timer on this? God. But, yeah, you get the point. It reached really far. It wiped out multiple units. The only thing he had left essentially was those zone troopers. And then he's building these guys to come out. But the missile's about to go off. So I just get attack bikes in place. And I had a third one about to go to the top just in case he did take the middle back. But, just to hold it long enough. But, no, that was game. That's what cost it to him. That one mistake of clumping all of his units together. If you're fighting this person with the Tiberium missile, you have to watch out not only for fighting around Tiberium, but also fighting around those green troopers. And if you're fighting against the GDI person with the ion cannon, it's a lot more expensive. Actually, the same cost as a green trooper plus her missile, FYI. So I think she is a little advantageous to him. But his does not require using a unit and a power, or only limiting it to certain areas. You don't clump up your armies against those people. At most, put 2 units together and be ready to retreat them. At the absolute... you don't want to just fight with 1 unit at a time everywhere. If you can, that works. But especially when you're fighting people of higher levels, the secret is to use multiple units at a time to fight them. Be a little patient. You've got a rifleman, he's got a rifleman. Okay, wait till you build that second rifleman, then do 2 against 1. Or wait till you build that APC, pull back, and then do 2 against 1. Even though you could fight rifleman to rifleman, wait till you could fight 2 on 1. Be patient. Unless that missile's about to go off, then get in there. Get in there. Anyway, let's do a quick battle, because I like to always end playing one live. Might win, might lose, who knows? Let's see if we can learn something. I'm going to edit my army. And let's go with... no, this is what I've been fighting with. I finally got the green guys, so I'm enjoying using them. Let's battle. Finding opponent. See if it's somebody who's around my level, not with 3 levels above me. Even 2 levels above me I'm apparently winning with, but it feels so unfair. Especially when you lose by 1 second. If my guys lived a second longer, or if my guys killed his person a second faster.
Establishing battlefield control.
Oh my god, 1,900. This guy's 300 points over me. Oh my god. Yeah, odds are I'm gonna get my butt kicked, so I'm gonna start with Scorpion. Just to see if I can catch him off guard. I doubt I will, but... Oh, I do.
Tank on the move. End is near.
Surprisingly.
Harvester ready. Building online. For the Scorpion. Unit ready. Unit offline. Time to harvest. Harvester moving. Ready to go off-road. Here, take a deep breath. Let's get for the crystals. Unit ready. Advancing. Unit ready. Laser squad ready. Burning rubber. Laser squad ready for anything. Your command burning rubber. Unit offline.
Come on. Get on there.
Missile canceled.
Oh, fire. Yes!
Launched. Unit ready.
Burning rubber.
Lasers charged. Unit offline.
I should have got my harvester out sooner. That was a definite screw up on my part.
Unit offline. Unit ready. Pointer rolling out. Errand, let's get him. Take a deep breath. Foot missiles will smash him. Advancing.
Let's see if we can take out a bunch of those guys and then go back in and take out the harvester. Oh, already got the harvester. Alright.
Burning rubber. Unit ready.
Oh no. Almost time for the missile. Alright, gotta get it. Come on, tank, get up there.
Cancel.
Attack bikes, get over there. Just because they're fast.
Unit offline. Unit ready.
It won't matter
Harvester
if he kills my harvester
Harvester ready.
if I win the match. Oh no, he cut me off. Good job for him.
Attack buggy checking in. Get down. Unit offline.
Fire another missile there. Try to wipe out that one base on the bottom right.
Unit ready. Unit ready. Scorpion moving. Let's get him. On the brotherhood. Scorpion rolling.
Yes. There we go. That's game. Whew. I'm just constantly trying to keep the proper counters, try to keep the pressure on his harvester, try to keep those points. Again, you see several times I don't care too much for the points until that missile goes off, and then get the points, and it's not. I don't wait that 10 seconds. I wait till about halfway. That missile's halfway. Get over there. I'm saying I'm building fast units. I'm throwing things away just to get those things. In fact, let's view that replay because I can't talk and play very well at the same time. That's why you don't see me doing a lot of those. Almost all my videos are replays. I think this is the first one we actually won it live too. All right. So, and I get someone so much higher level than me. Get out my Scorpion, and I'm just going after his harvester hardcore. I don't care if I lose the Scorpion because it's 60 points for 100 plus the money difference. Get out my own harvester and some Tiberium guys to kill all those massive infantry. They more than paid for themselves. He managed to get my harvester though, and I messed up here. I was focused solely on getting the missile, which I succeeded, and that helped me win the game. But then after that, I should have got a harvester immediately. It's free. I got units first. That was a mess up on my part. And again, just trying to get the counters. I didn't expect to kill his harvester with that missile. I really didn't. I thought I would weaken it, bring the attack bikes back, and finish it off. But it worked, you know. And again, the missile cleared the thing just like I planned. Got over there. Yeah, I should have put my green guys on the base a little sooner, but it still worked out. I had a tank to make sure I was fighting on the bottom left. I had the top for at least a while longer to build another unit if need be. I was probably going to lose on the bottom right, but oh man, I got it in time. Just, whew. And I want to look at the stats on that one. Okay, so 25 medals on that. This guy's level 888, so he's only one level above my highest, but I'm running 675, 777. So in total, I think he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's got 8 levels on me with 6 units. It's about an average of about 1 level per unit. And he's got a good army here. I mean, you can see we're very similar. We're both barracks, war factory, just 2 buildings. So we were a very good match for each other. And he was a much higher level beast, so that tells me this is the kind of stuff I need to be doing to get to that level. I'm already doing it. I was using that same army against this guy, which, this guy used 3 buildings. So you see a lot of these people don't use 4 buildings. Another tip I've mentioned. 3 buildings here against my 2. Actually lost on this one. He's got 3 buildings, but yeah, that's a lot of expensive stuff on his part. I don't like this guy's build. This guy actually beat me here, but that's just because I messed up. He did. I don't believe that he beat me on skill alone. I believe he's got much higher level units, and I screwed up. Had I not screwed up even against his higher level units, I should have been able to win on this one. And that was just because he got 2 harvesters. I harassed them a little bit, got 1 kill, maybe even 2, I don't remember. But then I stopped harassing them, and he gets them back for free. He made that money, he got those late game units out, and he managed to counter me. And I just had problems with that. And this person also had 3. But you see, most of these people only have 2 expensive units. 2, like, Temple of Nod type of units or high-end units. He had 2. This one, like I said, should have won against, got 3. But even over here, you got 2 from the Tech Lab. And that's the same guy, 2 from the Tech Lab, and then this guy just fought no expensive units. No expensive units. You don't need the expensive units, but if you're going to late game, you're going to end up with 2 harvesters. Yes, you want some expensive units, but 1 or 2. Running 3 is usually a bad idea. It's doable. I'm not saying you couldn't do 3, but don't go crazy with the expensive units, because you need your early game and you need your medium game, which you're probably going to need at least 2 units of each. At least 2 units for your early game, at least 1 or 2 units for your medium game. You could skip the medium game. You could do massive early, like 3 early and then 3 late game. You can do that. But that does make things more difficult for you. Anyway, so I hope some other things I meant to mention, because they got cut out of a previous video. The challenges. Make sure you're doing your daily challenges. But focus on the units and the hero. That, just like I did win battles with Seth. That's a non-hero. I only got to win 1 battle. That's easy. Killing with non-attack bikes and killing with GDI missile squads. Both quite easy, but that's what I focused on. I focused on getting my non-attack bikes. I focused on getting my missile squads. And while I was getting my non-attack bikes, boom, I got my win as Seth. Didn't even have to try for it. While I was getting my GDI missile squads, boom, got all 3 of my wins as GDI. Didn't even have to try for it. So I had to go back and just get 1 win with Nod. Focus on the ones down here, because if you're focusing on, say, the wins, but you're playing without the units you need, or without the heroes you need, then you gotta go back and do even more games. Where if you just focus on the units you need to win with, then the hero that you need, then go back and I just gotta get 1 more win with GDR, maybe just 1 more win with Nod. It's just a lot more easier, convenient. You'll get your stuff faster. And you want to do this every day because you get a big chest at the end of this. Also, I've got a new person in my clan. Dank Enforcer. Welcome. Me and him have actually already been trading cards back and forth pretty good. And a lot of people underestimate this card. They're like, I don't want to give up my good cards. I want to level up my troops. The cards, you get help when you give someone cards. You get credits. Unless you're spending money on the game to get a bunch of credits, you probably need credits to upgrade your troops before you need more cards. And this is where trading the cards in is important. Also, a lot of people think, I need to trade in this 1 unit I don't care about. You can do that, but communicate. There's a little chat icon here in the bottom right, and tell them what you have, like card-wise. Like, say you don't like Venoms. Hey, guys, I got like 30 cards for Venoms here. Please request them so I can give them to you. And then I'll request them back, and you can give them back to me. And literally, you guys can take the same card and trade it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, all week long. Every chance you get. And you're both just going to get free credits for it. It's amazing. And say he just needs a couple more to level up a unit. Okay, request that. I give you those cards, you level up that unit. Then later, when I need a few more, I request it. You give it back, I level up that unit. We're getting free credits. Even with 1 guy right now in here besides me, I have managed to get probably an extra 100 credits a day just from him. And if I get more people in here, if we can get more people into this clan, B.O.R.G, Brothers of Relentless Gaming, or Brotherhood of Relentless Gaming. That's why I got a little Brotherhood hand for the symbol. But if we get more people in here, if that's 100 people, 100 credits per person, with 29 other people, that's 2,900 credits every time that you could request. And you could request quite commonly. I think 2 or 3 times a day. So that could end up being, almost 10,000 credits a day with a full group. Just passing those things back and forth. I might be exaggerating. My math's not perfect on this. I know a lot of you will correct me, and things may change later. But at the moment, still, just pass it. It's free credits. Why would you argue with free credits? Like I said, if you don't want to give up certain cards, it's fine. Just communicate with people. Figure out what they should request and what you should request. Honestly, I don't care that much. Everything's still being updated. The game's still generally new. Hope this was helpful for you guys. I'm going to go and cut it. That's not short. It's a long video. I'm going to go and cut it here. Hope you guys have yourselves a great day. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I will try to also, in the near future, do some shorts instead of these tips and tricks videos, because I'm trying to make sure I cover everything in the tips and tricks. But if I don't have new tips and new tricks, I'm not going to keep doing the videos. I'll eventually do some Let's Plays, and I want to do some unit shorts where I go over each unit individually and talk about their strengths and weaknesses. And we will discuss soft counters and hard counters a lot more there. And hopefully that will help you guys when building your army and fighting, knowing what to play. Anyway, see you guys on the flip side.